Hello everybody, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look, as always, on SPY today on Wednesday, May 17th, and just doing our daily recap, discussing all the trades that I saw for SPY, just the overall, review of the day. But before we start, make sure you guys smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel so you guys can get more of these videos notified. And do be sure to join the Discord. That's where we discuss everything about SPY and kind of, talk more about that. In the, in the next coming months, I will be becoming more active in the Discord. So make sure you guys join up before, we get too much people in there. But let's get right into the recap. So, for pre-market, we kind of had this sort of uptrend in the pre-market. We were, kind of following an upward trend. Whenever that happens in pre-market, I'm not, making any decisions based off that, but I'm already under the inclination that we could possibly trend up during the day, all right? I find that during pre-market, when we trend in a direction, we're more likely to kind of have that sort of more buying volume for the upside, more selling volume. That doesn't mean I'm taking any trades off that, but I'm kind of on the lookout. Now, today was frankly for my strategy, all right? I came home and I looked at the chart and reviewed all the different possible trades. It was a very bad day trading my style, in my opinion. I did not see a lot of opportunities, I'm being completely honest with you guys. However, if you guys did see some trades that I might have missed, I'm a human. It's sometimes hard to go through everything, and I sometimes miss some trades. But yeah, there were not too many good trades today, all right? So, there's only a limited couple trades that I want to talk about, and I don't want to, talk for way too long. But in the morning, we kind of opened up, all right, we created this sort of, inverse head and shoulders, and then moved right down this support. You could have possibly taken some puts off here, but it would have been very hard to catch that move down. First of all, this was, a kind of mediocre level because we had that, but then we did have this support right here. So if you did happen to have your support level in between this and that level, which is, it's all right, you could have gotten into puts on this retest like that. All right. So, yeah. Then we kind of moved down, and then we started having a head and shoulders for the upside sort of movement. This is my movement that I like to see when we're reversing. It's this sort of thing that we happen right here. We try to move a little higher, we fail, and then we end up coming down. Here we have the same thing. We have this sort of pullback. We try to go lower. We have these wicks right here, but we're unable to go lower than this level, and we get scooped back up, all right? So this kind of move up, pull back, trying to get under that, but failing. So right here, honestly, there was not much you could do here. All these one candle pullbacks, nothing really available. Right here, I'm seeing, let me just check this out. So yeah, I'm seeing that we have 86K volume, and then we're having 106. Yeah, volume isn't really here for us. So the setups here aren't great, all right? Very choppy. Then right here, we had some extra chop. So, not great. Then, throughout this entire move, I'm going to be pretty honest, I didn't see much happening, all right? During this massive move right here, you're not looking to trade anything because when we have this massive volume with news and everything, you're not looking to trade that. But after that, you give it some time, you can start trading. During days like this, when you see this kind of opening, you wait, you don't force it, and you just relax. If you can only trade for like this morning session, then that means that day is going to go by without you purchasing a trade. And that's okay. You don't need to trade every day. The goal here is not to buy something every day. The goal here is to manage your risk to reward and take the better trades you can. So this brings me to my first place where I'm seeing some action that you could have capitalized on. We kind of have this massive move up, indicating to us we have a solid uptrend. A lot of higher volume on the green candles than on the red ones, kind of signaling that this whole area is more greenish. We have this kind of trend line right here form after I notice these two, okay? And I'm going to quickly talk about this trend line and then come back after this setup because I think this was an interesting setup. So this sort of trend line we have, 1, 2, 3, I place my trend line. All right, this right here was a trade I wanted to talk about. So this is a trade I would never take personally. Apart from the reason that volume right here was 99K and this was 224K, 224. This indicates a very big difference between volume in this area. Second of all, we did not come back to our trend line. We're kind of in the middle. This is a very bad trade that I would never personally take, especially with that double top right here. These wicks, overall picture doesn't look good. It did happen to go in your favor, but that's not something I would personally be interested in taking. This right here, however, we have that resistance. We're kind of rejecting it. Breaking above it and then retesting that resistance as support. And we also have this trend line to support it. This is a nice lotto entry you could have taken for calls. And then scaled right here, and then ultimately your target would have been this major resistance we previously turned on. So that's a quick little thing about this trend line. All right, now let me come back to this setup right here. So we did have this resistance, and we did have this retest. However, the volume on this candle that went through, which is this candle right here, is absolutely tiny. All right, 90K volume. All right. So theoretically, I would not be taking this trade. All right, and probably live, I would not take this trade. It would have been a very nice trade, but I stick to my rules. If you're the type of person that does not follow every one of the rules that I discuss, meaning you do take trades when volume is maybe not there, or you do take trades when maybe, there is a one candle pullback. If you're that kind of person, you like to kind of deviate a little bit away from the A++ type of setups, that's fine. But no, you will run into more losses. All right, most likely. Today was a day when maybe if you did that, you would have been a little more successful on these kind of trades right here, kind of sort of right here. All right? But this day is a unique day, and this stuff happens rarely, that most of the trades on the day often deviate from the rules. So, again, I just want to say you could have taken this, you would have been deviating away from the plan, but I would not take this trade personally. Alrighty. Moving on. This right here is the picture perfect setup. All right. It could not have been better. If you waited the entire day for this setup right here, you would have been very successful. And this is what I suggest people do. If you trade the whole day, only take the trade when you see it. If you waited this whole time and you only take your A+ setups and then you see this right here, you take it and you have a solid trade. All right? Or you can get caught up in all these losses, and by this point, you're just FOMOing into a bunch of setups because you're trying to make back your losses. All right? So this setup right here is perfect. We have this move up, this sort of double top right here, very bearish. Look at these wicks right here, all right, indicating to us some selling pressure. All right? We're already going into this move with a sort of bearish mindset. Then we break this this support right here at 415.52. We break it with 97,000 volume. All right? Then we retest it with 78K volume. That's less than the original move down. You take your puts. All right, where would you be scaling? Right here at this support. At this resistance. Because we know that this resistance that this candle did resist could turn into support. And it did with this green candle. So you would have been in those puts. And then the second this red candle, this was an originally red candle that went down like this. You need to understand your candles. It went like this. And you would have scaled some there. Then your ultimate target is this level right here. The nearest area where we found a major change of direction. A major support level. All right? So you would not scale right here. And you would not get stopped out because this never closed above your entry. Right? Not even close. All right? And usually my stop loss is usually up here, but if you're already in the trade from some time, you usually want to put it at the stop above your initial entry. So you would be holding, and then you would sell about, 80-90% of your position through this candle. All right. Yes, theta would eat up some of your contracts, but you would have had a pretty solid trade. It's not great, all right, but it would have been all right. You would not be down on the day. You would have a pretty solid trade, especially if you just scaled right here and maybe even called it a day if you wanted to. Right? This right here, just this little move from here to here, could be a solid 10%. You're not trying to catch, the massive, massive, absolute rockets. You're trying to catch the little trades with less risk, with probabilities in your favor. All right? So honestly, after this, there wasn't much. We were kind of chopping around. You could have played a couple of flag plays, probably a couple trend plays right here, But usually, I don't like to just simply play trend lines. I usually like to have a little more conviction. So that kind of covers it for the day. If you guys do have any questions, make sure to comment down below. Don't forget to drop a like if you did find any value in this video. It really helps out. Also, consider subscribing, to help support the channel. Get notified when I release new videos so that, you're always on top of SPY. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.